So it is interesting. My talk is after GCHQ, guys, because I'm going to talk about chip operation. So let's find out what I'm going to talk about. Oops. Okay. Yes. Because I'm going to talk about so many disciplines and so many terms, I make it like a story. So I'm going to tell you a story in different chapters to help you not lose the track. So chapter 1, I'm going to talk about chip operation, which is advanced persistent rate. I would have mentioned which one is related to GCHQ, of course. And I'm going to talk about machine learning, if it is free. And then I'm talking about the dinosaur analogy. Any dinosaur lover here? That's good. And after that, I'm going to talk about the project Raptor. And after Raptor, I'm going to say, what's explainable AI? Why would we explainable AI anyway? And Trojan, my current project. And I'm a researcher. Research is going on and don't know what is the last chapter. So before I start, let's have a scenario. Imagine you're invited to the game, like a squid game. And this game is to ask you to drive early morning in the morning and you would like to have a warm coffee or tea. There is a vending machine. They offer you 10 different mugs. It has a coffee and tea. However, there is a warning sign and it said that one of them contains poison, immediately effective. Another one is wine. Imagine you are going to drive as well. My question is, which number you will pick and why? An idea? Anyone here?
7.
7. Would you like to know the answer? Then you have to wait till the end of the presentation. So, I'm happy they mentioned about the chip operation. You heard about the cyber attack. So let's talk about the APT. What's the APT? It's all about the name. They are advanced, meaning that there is no teenager in the cafeteria to try to prove that they can do something. They are original people and usually funded by government and nation. There are persistence, like Russian. Before I mention the name of the country, I would like to say I'm not political person. I'm not pointing to any country, I'm just a researcher. So like Russians, they are persistent. What does it mean? If you close one door, they find another way. You can see different type. You can see that, of course, different countries involved, including the UK, Singapore, Indonesia, Pakistan. And what we heard about North Korea, Iran, China, and Russia more often. Apparently, because of the conflict between the Ukraine and Russia, there are happen more a lot, and even between Pakistan and Israel. How they name it depends on the CrowdStrike and Mandate and FireEye. Either they name after numbers or they comes from the name of the animal. Like Charming Kitten is from Iran, or Fancy Bear, you might heard of it, is from Russia. So they have different naming systems. Particularly, as you can see, our 6 category depends on the practice and thema. And you might thinking, which one should I follow? If you are a malware analyst, which one should I follow? People popularly follow depends on if they love the animal, they follow CrowdStrike, or they follow FireEye is much easier to remember. That was my challenging question in 2016. I was like, why we don't have a standard naming system? Would it make our life easier? That's why I'm going to close the chapter 1, APT, and I'm going to talk about machine learning. Machine learning particularly is categorized to supervised and unsupervised. Supervised, you heard about cat and dog, very familiar one, classic one. The regression is like you are going to the party and depends on how many drinks you would take, your behavior might be unpredictable. That is called the regression. Going to unsupervised learning is different, which is mainly, if you look at the supervised, the majority of antivirus working in usage of the supervised, and unsupervised is like clustering. So we group of all of the, for example, similar clothes or similar malware. We have two different categories on unsupervised learning, which comes to the helping the machine learning model when you're using the feature, because not all of the feature helpful, because the time is against us, and we want to increase the accuracy as well. So which type of feature more important? That's why the dimension comes to the picture, and that's why the association between the feature comes to the picture. Let's go to the next chapter. More interesting chapter and is this one. If you're a dinosaur lover, you might say that how the archaeologists, which I couldn't even pronounce, let's say the dinosaur researcher, how they can find that this piece of bone belong to the Troodon or T-Rex. They find a piece of bone. One of the strategy is they compare to the different tails. Okay? So if this is piece of these tails, most probably is, for example, Troodon or T-Rex. 2016, I came across one interesting article from Kaspersky, which is mentioned that advanced malware look like a fossil, because we are digging inside the machines and we try to find it that it belongs to which family. That's why the Raptor born. Raptor is based on my thesis, which I have done an MPhil with Stanford University, and during pandemic, I was working for a small company and we were thinking what we can do working virtually. So we decided to write a technical proposal, and we win a bid. We had one failure, and the second round we win a bid from the Innovative UK. It was 6 months project based on my thesis. And what was it? It was about the usage of AI to find that if we can cluster different types of APT. I was thinking, how can I create a bond? Because if I have a bond, then I would say, okay, this is similar to APT29, this is similar to APT33. And you might say that what's the point of it? I would say that in higher level of the politics issue, there is a concern which APT comes from which country. And who said this is from China, this is from Iran, this is from Pakistan? It might be different countries, not the UK. So I try to create the bond. How am I supposed to create the bond? I use the opcode. Why opcode? Because the majority of APT using customized malware. And is look at writing style, perhaps people from China use the code differently from Iranian people. And fascinating enough, it was. So, what happened? I created different bonds from the opcode by usage of pattern and discovery. Is like sequential pattern. I don't want to take you to so many technical details, but it's a sequential pattern, a sequence pattern, and find a similarity and dissimilarity like a push-pop move between the different type of family. And what happened? You might use the API. You might use the antivirus, firewall, SIEM, any of them. When I create the presentation, I was thinking, I would like the people to know how majority of these tools usually work. So let me take you to it. Definitely they need a feature. Might be dynamic feature like the abnormality of network, PE. It might be a statistic feature like a dead flash of malware, like an opcode. And then they create a data set and train, if you listen to the code, they train the testing model and then feed into the desired model. Like here, for example, is clustering. And what will happen if zero-day vulnerability comes to the picture? If it's matched to any similar pattern, they give the alarm. Otherwise, it's past the system. And majority of APT can pass the system. What do you think they are? Do you think they are dinosaur eggs? No. Let's find out what are them. This is APT1 from China, APT28 from Russia, Iran, Russia, and China. There are network of the opcode of 50 samples of each family. If you notice to this net, they are quite identical. What's the point of it? To evaluate our project, we use the Kaggle dataset. If you are not familiar with the Kaggle dataset, it's related to Microsoft. It's carry on 9 different families of malware, including backdoor, Trojan, worm, and this feature you can see is one of the hidden pattern, and you can see this family nicely separated. So it's proof of concept of what we created. I will take you through the wrapper one more time. So what happened? We gathered the data of the APT5 family from Russia, China, Iran, 50 samples of each of them, generate the opcode, create the hidden pattern, establish link between them, similarity and dissimilarity, correlationship between them, create the rules, fit to the machine, nicely separate. So you might say that, bingo, you did your job. This project might help me to understand, yes, I can separate the different family. But imagine you use a machine learning technique to diagnose your health problem. Do you trust it? What type of question comes to your mind? Perhaps you would say, how these machines or model reach to this precision? Which one do you prefer? Do you want to see like you apply for a loan and you've been rejected and you want to know why? You apply for a job and the machine rejects you and you would like to know why. That is why it's the concept of black box, which is AI, and glass box, which is explainable AI. So the question is, the black box is an AI. We don't know what happened inside. All of the machine learning engineer, after some point, they don't know why the system produced this result. So, what we are doing, what we are looking for, do we looking for understanding the result? Is it the accuracy and performance, how many false positive and false negative we receive? Or we rather to understand the result of the model? Which one is more important? Why not both? That's why the explainable AI comes to the picture. It's not new terms. Maybe you heard about it because it's quite new in cybersecurity, but it's not new in terms of medical field. As you can see, some of the machine learning, when it's go more accurate, the more complex, you cannot understand it. And vice versa. When the arm, you can understand why machine react that way, the accuracy decreases. Okay. The solution is explainable AI. But what is the explainable AI? Is it just understanding how this result produced? Is it the way we can review or revisit the performance? There are loads of them. There are not only one way to explain the model. There are a variety of them. As you can see, depends on you can trust the system, you can explain the system, and so on and so on. That's why the Troodon born. So Troodon is another project I wrote last year, and we got the fund from two universities, one university from UK, Sheffield Hallam, and another one in Lator in Melbourne, Australia. Yes, I'm going to see the kangaroo and see the spider, yes. And so the Troodon is following the raptor. So still we are working with the APT. But we want to find it out not only detect the family of APT, but also we want to find it out why machine decided this is 20% APT1, this is 50% APT29, and so on. So we can improve and enhance IPS system. Why Troodon? Troodon is a type of, Troodon, first of all, is a Greek name. It means, I forgot what was that. It means very sharp teeth or raising sharp. And Troodon is one of the animal, one of the dinosaurs. It's a mixture of the bird and kind of that mammal things, which is quite have a tiny legs, but it has, or consider as one of the dinosaurs that has a big brain and big eyes. So I was thinking, I need an eye, I need to find none of the unknown albatross, and I need a brain because we would think about why the model decided this is malware, this is benign. So the rest is quite complicated. I don't want to make you feel bored, but this is somehow is what is going to happen in this research. So phase 1, we are going to have a mixture of the behavior and statistic malware analysis, using again AI model, ML model, and then we apply the explainable AI. Having said that, so we have gathered different APT, and we try to monitor. Mainly this time we are going to use a sandbox because the raptor, it just used a dead flash. It was a corpse of the malware. But this time we are going to use a sandbox, and from them we create a feature, and then hopefully we can find it out in any unknown sample across the model. Having said that, there is divided in 3 sections. I'm currently in the phase 1. I'm doing here because I need more APT sample. Just 5 families is not enough. And I'm hoping the next year we move it to this phase 2 and 3. And definitely we are going to engage with some professional industry people to give us the feedback. Why? Because explainable AI definitely need the feedback from the people who are working. If you are talking about the people who are working in the defensive and routine, they would say that we are receiving a lot of false positive, which is not nice to receive, So that's why we're trying to figure it out, how we can reduce it and how we can revisit the model. Okay. Thanks for your patience. There is no correct or wrong answer to this question. Why? Because the reason I was thinking what type of question I could ask you, because maybe I would like to not only cross some dinosaur and some models, no. Why there is a difference between the AI model and human? We are using rational decision, and after we make a decision, we can explain. Even a toddler choose a banana over apple, they can explain to you, isn't it? So we born in a way that any sort of decision we make, we can explain. So that's why we stuck. That's why we need explainable AI, and definitely I wouldn't say it's the future of AI because it's currently used in different applications. But I would say it might be quite helping people. I wouldn't say that replace the people, no, but it would be help the people to diagnose the problem and predict any unknown malware. Who I am cybersecurity and AI researcher. They call me Alsa, of course, because I love the dinosaur. I'm artist. This is one of my work. If you are interested to work in this research, or you are just curious person, you would like to know about the Raptor, there is a GitHub. I can share with you. If you like to involve with Trodon, I'm happy to help. But before that, if you have any question, who may answer?
Thank you very much. Thank you. I'm going to say you have to find there. You have to